Welcome to another unboxing by theplayersaid.com. I'm Grant. Today I'm going to unbox Time of Crisis, the Roman Empire in Turmoil, 235 to 284 AD. This was a period of civil war amongst in the Roman Empire, and this game is new from GMT, new off their P500. This was a game that wasn't necessarily on my radar. I've got so many other games, nearly 21 on the P500. But this is one that once people started receiving it, and I saw a couple of videos and some posts on social media, I thought, you know what, that game looks very interesting. It's kind of a deck building game with some war elements included, and I think that's going to be a very interesting combination. So I thought, you know what, GMT makes quality games. I do enjoy Roman games. I have Falling Sky and have played a couple of others. There's other ones I have on my radar, like Sword of Rome, Pax Romana, etc. So Time of Crisis game is designed by Ray Farrell and Brad Johnson, and like I said, just came out in June this year. So I'll go ahead and open it up, rip the shrink off. This is one of their smaller boxes. This will stack nicely on the shelf, but still contain a lot of information. Here's the back of the box. You can see over here on the right, the complexity is low, and it is actually solitaire suitability is medium at 5. So that makes me happy. I'll definitely be able to try to give it a try to learn the rules. Time period, 235 to 284 AD, like I said, and it's designed for 2 to 4 players. And the playtime, doesn't look like it says a playtime. But I think I read somewhere where it was 2 to 3 hours in playtime. So nice looking game, great looking box. Here's a look at the map that you're covering, obviously the Mediterranean, the extent of the Roman Empire there. So I always really like Roger McGowan with C3I, does a great job. Here's a look at the title. There's some of the art. They always have really great color selections, really high quality materials, and this is no exception to that rule. The first thing I see, baggies. GMT always gives a lot of baggies. I appreciate that. These counters are bigger as well, as you'll see as we get into the game. So I have some concerns that they may not fit into a standard tray. So I'm glad to have the bags. 6 dice, black and white. Nice looking dice. And there are 3 stacks of cards. And as you can imagine, from a game that is billed as a deck building game in some ways, these cards you would expect to have quite a few cards. There's the so it looks like it's saying it's the Roman influence deck. Not really sure what the difference is. The cards do look a little different. I'll have to read the rules to get a better feel. But nice looking art. You can see really nice looking art. And then here's kind of an event text. So I'll try to open one of those here in a little bit. Rules of play. Good paper stock. Rules are about, looks like 18 pages. 20 pages. There we go. And they don't look real dense. There's not an inordinate amount of information on them. GMT always has great examples of play. Here you go. Here's one page where you're doing what's called crisis checks. I have no idea what that is yet. But you can see there's 5 pictures that kind of walk you through that crisis check. Also, look over there at the right, the mobs, and we'll look at some of those counters. But I remember on social media seeing some of those mob counters and thinking, oh, that's pretty cool, rioting civilians there in Rome. So here's a look at some of the other rules. Combat. Looks pretty simple as far as the rules. I don't think, 18 to 20 pages, not real dense in text. And here's kind of a look at some of the great counters that we'll look at here in just a moment. But I think this game looks very interesting. Love that Roman soldier there. Really nice picture. So we'll go ahead and put that to the side. Here are some player aids, and it looks like they are the crisis table. So they're tracking where things are going to happen, potentially revolts and mob actions, etc. And you'll notice here there are two-player crisis tables, a little bit different than the 3-player version. Trying to look at those and compare them. Yeah, it looks like they're pretty much this up a little bit different. 9 and 10 there is different. On the 2-player, it's the Franks and the Goths. And on the other side, it's both Goths. I'm sorry, Franks and Alemanni. So a little bit different. So anyway, a couple of the player aids. Here's some kind of a play area for each player. You can see you have an available pile. I'm assuming that's your cards that you're going to draw from. And here's your discard pile. Here's a place for available leader counters that you might have. And then you can see there's all the different actions. Here's the turn sequence. Really good job on the player aids from GMT most of the time. They always have a good player aid that helps it be played very easily. 4 of those, good quality. Here's the counters. My favorite part, aside from the map in almost every game. And here you can look, there's some Basilica counters. Have no idea what they do. Very nice looking counter though. Let's look what they do. I can turn it over and roll 1 additional die. Sorry. 1 additional die for each province you govern containing a basilica when performing a place governor action in Italia. Cool. So, and here's some, I think these are Barbarian Leaders, I want to say. I don't know if that's a combat value. You can see those are really nice looking counters. Very well done. Lots of different, here's some of your units, or the units you're fighting, the Franks. Here's some nomads. Look at that cavalry. And then here's some of those mobs. Different, not mobs, but breakaway, it looks like. There are 3 full sheets of counters. There's an amphitheater as you develop culture, I'm assuming. Look at some of those mob counters that I was mentioning. Here's some other units shown there. Nice looking counters. Really, really nice. Looking forward to this game, and now actually that I've opened it, I'm like, yeah, I want to learn this one and play it soon. GMT has put most of their mounted maps in these bags. So I'll go ahead and take that off. We'll put that bag aside. I'm going to go ahead and try to move some of these pieces around so that we can get a good look at the map. Sorry, and this is a mounted map. It's very nice, nice looking, high quality map. As once again, I don't know that I've ever played a GMT game that doesn't have a high quality map. They really do a great job. So there's a look at, once again, the Roman Empire and what you are fighting over. There's Egypt in the east, as well as Syria. And then as you move around, you can see there's Italy, Thracia, the Goths, Alemanni in the north. And then you come over to the Gauls, Britain, Hispania, and Africa. So good look at that map. Once again, don't know much about the game. I'm going to go ahead and open one of these cards so that I can just show you a couple different types. They're a little hard to open. Yeah, if you can hear the sounds, I'm using my teeth. Mother would kill me, but I'm a big boy now, so I can do what I want. Really nice looking cards. There's the looks on the look at the back, and then you can see there's different colors. These are different symbols. Here you can see that looks like maybe a senator, something like that. Here, these may be war cards, as there's soldiers with spears. I don't know if those are op points. I'm assuming maybe they are. And then you can see there's all kinds of text in the body of the card. So I think these cards are going to be a big part of the game. And once again, I told you it's kind of a deck building game. So you're going to kind of build up your deck and improve your chances of doing whatever it is that you have a goal and desire to do. So that's a very quick and surface look at Time of Crisis from GMT Games. I hope you enjoyed that, and check out our blog at theplayersa.com for a future preview, review, and maybe even some action point post describing some of the rules, as well as our first thoughts on a video. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.